welcome back. This is a very informative video. I'm raising the alarm bells again, okay, because I want to get people and clients and the general public just to understand that this old tactic, this old yesteryear tactic that these other credit repair channels and other credit repair people that you see on YouTube or TikTok or any kind of blog or whatnot, claiming that if you remove your names, your old names, outdated addresses, employment, phone numbers, that sort of deal, that they're not going to be able to tie you to a debt or they're not going to be able to find you, okay, and that is just factually incorrect. The credit bureaus have skip tracing services that they offer to their clients. Who are their clients? Clients are your creditors, your debt collectors, and debt buyers. Think of it like this. You know how we all go to various different banks, we shop around, right, and they all offer online banking with many different features on different banks, right? So think of it like that. Passing tracking services, they offer that. Okay, so let's get right into it. Experian, their product is called TrueTrace. That's Experian. TransUnion, their product is called TLOXP. That's the product they offer to their clients. And Equifax, they have a product called First Search. And these are all skip tracing. And so what are they? These are literally the brochure that they offer their clients. This is what it comes with. Business risk, fraud mitigation. What is that? Whenever you claim that something stupid like identity theft when you know it's not really identity theft. Okay, so it's their obligation to try to mitigate the risk of fraud. So they use that whole system they have, the skip tracing system. They do their investigation while your creditors or whoever you're claiming, they do their investigation together, and they put them together, and if it comes back that you are lying about identity theft, you can get in a lot of trouble. You can even go to jail for that. So just don't do it unless you're a real, true, and tried victim of fraud. Don't ever allow anyone in the credit repair industry to have you claim fraud as a credit sweep, because they will take it off. If you claim identity theft, the bureaus, once they get your letter, they have 4 days. Within 4 days, legally, they have to take that account down. And they got to block it until they finish their investigation. So part of that investigation is passing tracking services. They're going to do their due diligence, the bureaus. And when they inform your creditors, they're going to do their due diligence as well, compare notes. And if it turns out you're lying, it's just not good. So just don't do that unless you are a true victim. They also, and here's the next part, skip tracing and collections, insurance claim, identity authentication, and asset recovery. Okay, so I always tell everybody, when it comes to cleaning up your personal identifiers, right, on your credit report, it's good to do just to clean it up aesthetically, so it looks nicer. You want to have one name, one address, one phone number, all that good stuff, one employer, right? But it does absolutely nothing to prevent people from verifying a debt or finding you. If you think by somehow you delete an address, a creditor can't find you, a debt collector can't find you. All of us in this life, right? Everything we do, every movement we make, most of the time you want to do something, you want to move to a new apartment complex, maybe you want to rent a piece of property, you're going to fill out an application, okay? And also, think of this. Credit bureaus are not in the business of answering disputes. A lot of like I said, a lot of these other channels, they make it seem like that's what the credit bureaus do, is they just sit there all day long and they answer disputes. That's a very small portion of their business. It costs them money. In fact, I believe in our industry, I was having this conversation, I believe it's 54 cents every time they got to whisk over an ACDV form to a data furnisher being your creditor. So they got to send them, your dispute form. That whole transaction costs them money. So that's not what they're not just sitting there waiting for you to send in letters all day long. Their biggest deal is buying and selling data. Buying and selling data. Data, that's what they're about. Data, and more data. Okay, that's how they make their money. They sell, especially people with bad credit. You'll have various different banks, different entities that will actually go to the credit bureaus and say, can I have a list of This is the criteria. This is what I need. I need people with a 580 credit score, between 550, 580, in this zip code, in this city, in this vicinity. That way, they can mail you bullshit credit card offers, and high interest rates. Most people take them because they have no other choice, right? They don't have a way to get another credit card. So how do you think they get that information? The credit bureaus, that's what they're about. They're about buying and selling all of your data. And if you have really good credit, you're not really worth that much money to them, because you're on a high echelon that only a select few of potential creditors or potential credit card issuers that want to offer you. They're very select. So people with very good credit, it's not that many credit card issuers wanting to ask for a list of people with really good credit. It's the people with bad credit, because they'll just flood you with all kinds of offers. But as far as a debt buyer, a debt collection agency, them trying to find you, and you thinking by removing these old addresses and trying to hide, eventually they're going to find you. That's why I mean, not too long ago, I had it in another video. I had a client of mine who actually moved to an apartment complex. He'd gone through a bad divorce, and he just wanted something really inexpensive, and he went to this apartment complex that had no credit check, $99 move-in special, and he was there for about 3 months, maybe 4, and he found on his credit, I think he found it on Credit Karma or something like that, but they found out where he lives, and he was astounded. He was like, I thought this was a no credit check. I was like, well, that apartment complex, either the owners of that apartment complex, either they sold that information to the credit bureaus, or another entity that collects data and presents it to the credit bureaus in a package. Say, hey, look, we have all this data. Would you like to have it? And so the credit bureaus will purchase data as well as selling it. So that's how a lot of times you will see, no matter where you go, you will see your address pop up wherever. So you can't escape it. This passive tracking services is a real thing. So if you're gonna do credit repair, credit restoration, however you want to call it, the best thing to do is factually dispute the account. The real reason why you feel the account is in question, the balances, the payment history, dates, various dates on their date open, those kind of deal, the account types, the account listed correctly. You want to go after the reportability and the validity of the actual account, instead of trying to do all these kind of, you'll hear other channels and other credit repair people say, just delete your old addresses and names. That's going to help delete this account. They can't tie you to it. That's just. I'm just here to tell you that that's just a waste of your time. In fact, I'm going to show you guys something. Okay, I had lunch with a client today, for obvious reasons. Right, I blacked everything out. I don't know if you can see this, but I see that. I kind of highlighted where it says security freeze. So this is what a security freeze does. I mean, it's coming right here. Check this out. Security freeze does not apply to a person or entity or its affiliates or collection agencies acting on behalf of the person or entity. So again, a security freeze does not apply to a person or its affiliates or collection agencies acting on behalf of the person or entity with which you have an existing account that requires information in the credit report for the purposes of reviewing or collecting the account in question. Stop right there. Requesting information in your credit report for the purposes of reviewing or collecting on the account in question. Reviewing the account includes activities related to account maintenance, monitoring, credit line increases, and account upgrades, and blah, 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 blah. So you get this, right? What is it saying here? Security freeze does not apply, and it's right here, collection agencies acting on behalf of the person or entity. That means the collection agencies have a permissible purpose to look at your credit reports. Why do they have a permissible purpose? This is another deal that really gets on my nerves with other credit repair people. They always say a collection agency has no business. That's illegal. They can't look at your credit report. That's false. Why? Okay, here we go. What is permissible purpose? Capital One. They're not in the business of chasing you down for collections, right? So they hire a collection agency. They make a deal. They shake hands. They sign a business associates agreement. Capital One will say something like, hey, I give you permission to look at my clients' credit reports to see try to find where they're at, try to see if they have other credit cards with open lines of credit so they could pay us. I give you, right, collection agency permission to look at information about my clients that owe me money. Okay? That's how all this works. So yes, collection agencies, debt buyers can look at your credit reports because they have permissible purposes, especially if they're acting on behalf of an entity. Okay, so let's just put that to rest. So that's another thing. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, we're going to ask for a deletion because they have no legal right to look at your credit report. Yes, they do. They have a business associates agreement with your creditors. Okay, the creditors are given. It's like if you ever had a job where you're a temp. You don't really work for the company, you're a temp, but you're doing work for that company, but you're not really their employee. It's the same thing here. They're hiring a collection agency to act on behalf. In this scenario, Capital One. Okay, so this stuff is a real thing, and I just want to bring it to light to everybody to stop wasting your time trying to delete your names and addresses and putting security freezes and believing that a security freeze is going to block information. I'm going to read it one last time. A security freeze does not apply to a person or entity or its affiliates hiring collection agencies. And it says right, or collection agencies acting on behalf of the person or entity. Okay? So, rather than do all that, try to do all these smoke and mirror tactics, attack the account, write a real dispute, tell them why you feel this is an inaccurate, outdated account, erroneous, all that good stuff, right? Find the actual errors, actual reportability infractions. Try that. Do that instead of trying to do idiotic stuff like this about security freezes and deleting names. Just if you're gonna get rid of your names and addresses, just do it for the sole purpose of cleaning up your credit report. But other than that, trying to get away from the debt, it's not gonna happen. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any comments, leave them in the comments section. Like, subscribe to my channel. I also put my calendar in there. So if you want to have a consultation with me, free 30-minute consultation, it's in the description below. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it informative. I appreciate it. Have a blessed day.